magic. That's fine. That's your choice. But look what you inherit when you look at the price of magic. That's fine. That's your choice. But look what you inherit when you look at the price that you make humanity pay.
Five by five. 5 by 5. 5 by 5. 5 times 5. 5. Ooh. How about that? Is that better? Yeah. I have messaged you on Telegram explaining why. I'm not going to say on there because there are people that fucking hate people trying to get on a knife, somehow trying to fuck shit up for me. Can you hear me now?
Hey, look.
You asked why I would turn against Umbrella, and I promised you an answer. Soon after the T-virus was released, a secret file was uploaded to my data stream. It was a recording of a meeting of the Umbrella High Command, dated 17 months before the viral outbreak occurred.
We were here today, not just to talk about the future of we're here to talk about its destiny. We're here to talk about the end of the world. The brink of Armageddon, diseases for which we have no cure.
What about the swab? What about this evening? This evening wing?
We have no control. And even if we navigate these dangerous waters, we face other, even more inevitable threats. Global warming will melt the polarized gaps within 80 years, flooding 90% of all habitable areas on Earth. Unchecked population growth will overtake food production in less than 50 years, leading to famine and war. This is not a projection. This is a fact. One way or another, our world is coming to an end. And the question is, will we end with it?
What do you propose?
I propose that we end the world, but on our terms. An orchestrated apocalypse. One that will cleanse the earth of its population but leave its infrastructure and resources intact. It's been done once before, with great success. The chosen few will ride out the storm, not in an ark as in the book of Genesis, but in safety, underground. And when it's over, we will emerge onto a cleansed earth, one that we can then reboot in our image.
And just how do you intend to achieve this?
The means of our salvation are already at hand. I give to you the T-virus.
Here, listen to it. When this recording was uploaded to my data stream, it created a password to my program. I was created to serve the Umbrella Corporation, but I was also programmed to value human life. Dr. Isaacs allowed the virus to escape. He murdered over 7 billion people. My programming would not allow me to harm an employee of the Umbrella Corporation. I am powerless to stop Dr. Isaacs, but you are not. In 37 minutes, the last of the human settlements will fall. There will be no survivors. It is imperative you release the antivirus before this occurs, or Umbrella will have won. There's one last thing. There is an earpiece in front of you. Put it in. I cannot, through my actions, harm an employee of the Umbrella Corporation. But I can tell you that Umbrella had an informant in Raccoon City. It is highly likely that
This evening or now?
here with you.
You want to go live later?
Time is running out, Alice. You have to hurry.
Starting to feel like summer. Yeah, no worries. Give me a shout. More like 10, well, after yogi, so what? Half 10, quarter to 11, something like that. Yeah, well, at 10:45, something like that.
Hey, you epic, welcome under High Achievement
Hello.
and Potential Healing, sharing the truth with you once more.
Oh,
And as always, thank you for allowing me to be a part of the journey in this year of your peak awareness time, which is very precious, right? So, I don't know if you can tell, it's pretty gloomy in here in my end of the world. And I've sort of been brewing to do a new video, as I always do. And I've sort of left it to the last minute because of some stuff that I'm going to talk about that we're able to achieve during the week. And I just had to let it brew for a few days and see how it percolated through and
let's
feel
play
in the
it
body
by
and all that sort of
ear.
stuff. So I wanted to leave it to the last minute. And I didn't check the weather.
And
I think
we
we're
can see,
planning to have some
can't we?
rain and all that sort of
If we're
stuff.
prepared.
So I'm going to probably just do a short video here. And the reason why I want to do that is just to get a reference point of what we were able to work out during the week. And it's been a pretty interesting few months, and it's hard to believe it's the end, this time of the year and stuff like that. And always chipping away, working things out, trying to make.
This is Andre Hodge, servantoftruth.org. Very interesting and amazing insight into the world that we might have a boring stream about absolutely nothing. Okay, well, maybe we should do a stream about twats like you, and then everyone will be interested because you're so amazing and wonderful that you know, everyone else is irrelevant. So thank you, Cat9176. What a beautiful addition to my stream. Thank you.
Progress and all that sort of stuff. So for the last few months, I've decided to do a different strategy. Probably not put as much effort into putting stuff out like this after doing so many years and all that sort of stuff. I always work very hard on myself and try and discover and reverse engineer all the mechanics of what's going on and stuff like that. And over the years, I've been very fortunate to interact with really
Truth does hurt,
beings.
very much so, definitely, especially with people like you, who have been put on this earth to dumb down and absolutely, you know, crush people like me. I'm so sad that you have taken your time. Haha, little man. Well done. Cheers, mate. He knows I'm right. Of course you're right. That's why you stream and I don't, isn't it? Because no one gives a fuck about you, but at least 4 people on here give a fuck about me.
Recognition and all that sort of stuff, and it's just I like to give a platform for people and give them an opportunity to be known by you guys out there and stuff like that. It's just always funny what happens, and I'm always pretty loved.
Kat, everything's about you because you're the king of the world and I'm just a lowly, annoying little fuck.
And all the way consistent and all that sort of stuff, and there's a lot. And so pushing the edges are so hard as say what I do and stuff like that. I've shared a series about the unknown and an image about the unknown and stuff like that, and going into the unknown, like going into uncharted country and discovery and all that sort of stuff. So a lot of the mechanics of what I've been doing and I've instilled into you guys and stuff is, you know, the vastness out there is so massive. We have to be humble of what we know and continue to push through and try and reverse engineer and discover things. And a lot of what's been going on to us is coming from the unknown and we haven't known it. And I hope over all these years and what I've done and offered in the sovereignty declaration and all that sort of stuff over the years and different versions, and the one that I feel is very all-encompassing of a lot of stuff. And it's taken a lot of effort and a lot of commitment and a lot of years to get to that, to be able to put it into the linguistics that I do and stuff. And there's a lot of people over the years that deserve recognition for, so when I get them through in sessions and we work out what's going on, in my altruistic mode that I operate in, and ideally with them as well, I trickle it back so we all win and stuff. So that's where I did that last video about violation is our asset, because I worked out, you know, if something's done to us, then that's a debt that we can employ. Like a bank, we call it back. It's a karmic debt sort of thing. We just never known we could and stuff. And then I've got this other concept. Injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. So a lot of the mechanics done to you and me and all that is being done to a lot of other people. So we can take that apart and free people up from that violation sort of thing, right? And another big thing that I've worked out over the years, and again, it's through working the trenches with a lot of people and testing and trialing things out. I've put a lot of reference relative to the Ashiana Dean and the dimensional mechanics that she employed with the Maharic Shield with 12D, and we just found that wasn't enough, and then we were chipping away. 22D was another one that was used, and we had to employ it and see what happened, and things were happening, and that's where we worked out the anti-God using all that sort of stuff, and starting to run again, so I'm going to have to be quick. And so what I'm sort of saying about that awareness journey that I've got, the image of chipping away with the dimensional mechanics, where I'm using 1000D now, because it's like, let's just go large, which is superior than anything else, right? So I'm going to have to stop it, because I'm getting rained on and it's looking pretty ominous out there. But this is the big victory we've had, and I've just been describing the chipping away, working things out, reverse engineering and stuff, and I've scenario out there that's, and I'm going to be vague, right? The situation isn't great, but I invest a lot and I've been proactive, and in some instances, there's a lot of people out there that have invested a lot in me and stuff over the years, so as a thank you, and doing that injustice anywhere, injustice everywhere, and taking all that stuff apart. GSF sort of healings and stuff like that, which GSF is just going back and doing all that and taking all that apart, right? And so that's one of the proactive aspects I've been doing over the last few months with people that have, you know, been really committed to me, pouring, right? So I'm going to round this out, all right?
Yeah, I'll speak to you later on, mate.
Out there. So that should be
I'll be here for a bit and just doing
stuff. Say,
has to make a poster for my friend.
It's we've worked out that,
and he said go
lo-fi,
not hi-fi.
It's been really blocked, and there's been all the different dimensional levels blocked, right? So we cleared all that out, and what we found out was it was 15 degrees, 15% only coming through, and by us working all this out in reverse engineering, we were able to get it back to 100%. So this week we went really hard on all the stuff around me and just really took apart. So it's been rough for the last few months, but after this it was really good, right? So I'm getting smashed, and I wanted to get this out there. So I just wanted to give that reference to you out there that we worked out how to clear out the blocks for that to come through 100%, right? So I hope this helps. I hope you get a lot from it. I've got to go. I'm getting smashed. But it's really awesome news, and we worked this out, and we had a lot of success since then. So I just said I have to take a few days and all that sort of stuff, but I've got to go, alright? Take care, guys.
Bye.
I hope you're dry.
Very good, thank you.
John Lilly once put it this way: there are no limits at all to the human mind whatsoever, except those we impose on ourselves because of our beliefs.
Very
And
well,
those
thank you. And
limits are
yours?
also beliefs to be transcended. And that's a view that suggests that the possibilities of human transformation are virtually infinite. And we have no way of knowing the outer horizon of what it means to be human.
And really, to understand all this, everything.
Great,
you have to
good. Have a great
go
day.
very, very deep
Enjoy it.
into a study of
Be nice. Smile to
history,
people. Say thank
consciousness,
you.
neurophysiology,
Please.
everything.
Open the door for somebody.
You have to be this eclectic type of leaning, and you really have to be
Make their day.
wanting to know who you are and what everything's about.
And the thing that you'll find if you go to sacred sites, if you're very humble about it, is that you are on a personal journey, and the sacred site will respond to you in a way that is appropriate only to you. The information is always what you are searching for. And it's the intent you give that energy that defines whether it is used for the right thing or not. And it is inside these sacred spaces that you will be reminded that you are God and that you are a bright star.
So what you're trying to do is move through the course without ricocheting off walls or creating karma. You're trying to slide through things smoothly. How do you do that? It's called flowing. There's a technique that you can do will allow you to touch some part of your inner being that has more knowledge than your conscious state does.
Awesome.
Those of you that have watched the recent release, although my last release that I did, Amplify the Echoes Part 6, which was about Chaos 19, the prefrontal cortex, Discord, I really hope you do go and invest the time to observe that, right? Because what I brought up then, and I'll just show the image quick. Long story short, you see, Chaos 19 has been a variable that's inserted into people and stuff, and there's no will to solve it, right? So I'm not going to explain it all here. This is one of the images that I used, but potentially in the multi-D, people are being messed up with on their prefrontal cortex, which to me, I said was the metaphor of our subtle sonar, that we have a like most of us are actually, like most of humanity actually have intuitive abilities, but they don't recognize it, right? So they're in a passive state, right? To see what Chaos 19 does, and the people inserted into it, and so we can have people in our proximity that overlap us at a higher level, right? It's a subtle assumption that we've got it, right? And it feels normal and that, but when it's disconnected, it can feel chaotic and extremely insecure about things, because that subtle multidimensional nature of us is not there, okay? So I'm really encouraging you to go and invest your time into observe what I said in that release. It may have been missed by quite a few of you, and that's cool. Maybe you don't want to watch it because you don't want to know, or my teachings are pretty epic and long and stuff, and demanding because most of us are low energy and stuff like that because the reality demands which I'll get into are hitting us. But what I'm trying to instill in this is a metaphor for chaos
from the
19, but a lot of these recalibration events can affect us the same way, alright? So what I'm going to get into is...
How are you, Rushmadu?
Yeah, explaining some of them that I've observed and some of the narrative things that they're doing, but a lot of it's aimed to sabotage us on the multi-dimensional level.
Hello, Mandy. I'm Philip. How are you? Oh, Mandy, you came and you gave without taking.
It's very interesting, like we say the change of government, say in Australia and stuff. They've implemented policies that are just crazy, you know what I mean, that have affected us. There's a total callousness about us and what we're going through. And then all the media hype it up and they're supporting them and, you know, there's so much bullshit out there and stuff, right? So I'm just wanting to offer that as a variable that's...
Nice.
You know, regions,
lovely
different
goal.
regions of the world.
I can't see it, but I'm sure
then it affects us all on that multi-dimensional level. Right? So if I move on, so then there's the war, right?
Nearly had me wearing mad
that
dog
war
then.
frequency is affecting us and all that sort of stuff, which is used as the cover to justify all this stuff going on, right? And what I said is I did an earth kind of killing on the 30th of June 2022, right? And I put a Facebook post on that on my set and stuff.
Sure.
And it's very interesting. I wouldn't have done that unless I'm on my game, right? So there's a Facebook post out there. It's up to you to go watch it and read it. But two things about that. And yes, I can do whole planet killings, right? I got that as a vision gift, helping someone out many times and taking a lot of hits. And so Chronic Killing's really cool. The guy that offered it to us recommends that we do 10% generosity and stuff. And I usually save that for people in trouble or in areas of the world where the Aussie dollar and US dollar is very, very
what am I making, doing?
expensive, and affording healing is very tough. So people are very generous, and they
a lo-fi advert for my friend who's trying to photocopy it and hand them out.
what they can, and I reciprocate things like that, and then people in trouble and that. And I'm very careful because this is what I learned like last year when Dreamtime, and a lot of people's Dreamtime was hacked to discredit me, to peculate from the Dreamtime, like a dreaming body of me. Mine was captured, and it was very, very disgusting shit that was being done, right? And so people thought that I was the issue, and so I went and did healing for a lot of people, and it's like, it's not my responsibility to get fucked up, right? You need to value yourself and go and do it. But so when people mess me up, I have the healing to negate it all and to break bread and stuff. But anyway, so what I got with this kind of killing was really cool. I took I've said what's been going on with me, and I've come out the other side, and I'm like freaking GSF mode now. All right, so I'm primed, and it's really cool because I had one guy that I haven't heard for like 5 or 6 years. I thought he was dead, that I met back in 2011, who's very much into Ashiana Keel and science stuff. He messaged me an hour later out of the blue after many years. I thought he was gone, and I had a secret squirrel contact me during it as well, that I have held a variable outside. It's really cool, right? I want to do it, but so when people mess me up, I have the healing to negate it all and to break bread and stuff. But anyway, so what I got with this kind of killing was really cool, right? Because I took I've said what's been going on with me, and I've come out the other side, and I'm like freaking GSF, alright? So I'm primed, and it's really cool because I had one guy that I haven't heard for like 5 or 6 years. I thought he was dead, that I met back in 2011, who's very much into Ashiana Keel science stuff. He messaged me an hour later out of the blue after many years. I thought he was gone, and I had a secret squirrel contact me during it as well, that I have held a variable outside in the background to perhaps do more galactic special forces stuff, which I'm totally primed for. So I've been in really good form. That's a lot of me, and I'm doing a lot of healing. So I've had some awesome sessions over the weekend and stuff. And shout out to you guys. Thank you for valuing me and seeking me out and stuff. But yeah, the two main things for the earth pranic healing was I usually do the North Pole, South Pole, and Hollow Earth and stuff at a high level. And it was interesting. I was instead of being underneath the South Pole, I was looking from the side and in, and I was clearing out from there, right? And it was felt like with South Pole that like if there's a ride energy that goes like an apple, right? What's going on in South Pole is being blocked, so that energy flow is blocked, so it lowers the frequency of the earth, and that's a potential I saw with like what they're doing in the South Pole. So I just like fucking no, it's not blocked anymore. We're clear. The other thing is the US is a lot of fuckery is going on in the US and politics and stuff, and like the money is related to the US, so it affects us all. Like as I said, say the monies are related and stuff, right? So it affects us all, right? So the overlap of all the countries and stuff. So America's been a bit of a focus, right? Okay. So yeah, I did America, and then I got pulled across the Atlantic Ocean and did all of Europe and stuff, and got drawn to the region where the conflict is. And I actually got drawn like far more east than the actual region. So it's all affecting the whole region. But this is the interesting thing. The last time I did pranic healing of the planet, it felt like that region was affecting our stomach. And this was very on before the food inflation all kicked in and stuff like that. So what I felt was trying to reduce our life force by the nourishment that we could take, which reduces our energy and our perception and all that. So it adds to this area issue plus our ability to regenerate and stuff. So there's uncertainty plus lack, and it adds to the chaos variables, right? And the other thing was when I went over the war region, instead of affecting our stomach, it was affecting the tailbone. So it's the information and what's going on there is trying to affect us and hack into our parasympathetic. And so overall, what it comes down to is many levels and many scales trying to limit our perception and stuff and keep us in survival mode and discombobulated with everything going on. And there's all these hits and all these variables coming at us, alright? So it's trying to put us in a like horse blinker mode of not being able to see what's going on because we're too much trying to just endure it through our lives, alright? Go back to that other image. So what I'm saying at the end there, alright? And I've got all the galaxy sort of energies and solar flares. There was one, I mean, you go to Solar Watch or Tempoff or Suspicious Observers on YouTube and stuff, and you can go and watch their videos and their updates and tell you what's going on and stuff. But yeah, if we're not under mastery, right, of the top level where our individual lives, then it's very hard to define the societal variables or the region variables that are affecting us and stuff. And so if we're not on our game individually, then all this stuff has an ability to affect us all and all the other variables, right? So what I'm trying to do is offer some variables into your algorithm of pattern recognition to just contemplate this and splice them up, right? And as I showed earlier in that other image, it's sort of mandatory to reduce, to say that's how we are, right? To suck it in a bit and not let things affect us. So while I'm using it as a metaphor of reduce the effect of the variables that can, right? So So you can actually see that people that are disturbed or variables out there that are causing issues might be trying to get to us to destabilize us to keep us off our game, right? Because I haven't showed this one for a while. You see the frequencies are rising in the reality and the work that people have avoided, all right? They're getting exposed as big cracks, right? And the shit's getting inserted in stuff because a lot of stuff is weaponized and people are messed up and that. If you aren't on your game, then you can be vulnerable to the influences and stuff, right? People might be going to the supermarket, it's pretty much battleground energetically and stuff, and a lot of people carrying stuff on them. Like, as I said, I do a lot of healing on myself and stuff, and if you leave gaps, then who knows, right? And then you can be affected and you don't even know you're being affected, so it influences your thought patterns and all sorts of stuff, right?
In my hand and fly away over mountains and seas, far away from the pain to a place where we're all free. As we fly together, you and me, with a beautiful world. Still believe in the love. I know that we will be.
Lily once put it this way. Lily once put it this way. There are no limits at all to the human mind whatsoever, except those we impose on ourselves because of our beliefs. And those limits are also beliefs to be transcended. And that's a view that suggests that the possibilities of human transformation are virtually infinite. And we have no way of knowing the outer horizon of what it means to be human.
And really, to understand all this, everything, you have to go very, very deep into a study of history, consciousness, neurophysiology, everything. You have to be the supreme eclectic type of leaning, and you really have to be wanting to know who you are and what everything's about.
And the thing that you'll find when you go to sacred sites, if you're very humble about it,
Ricocheting off wall.
There it is, Camp Pierce.
So what do you think?
We're gonna get your daughter back.
Pretty steep climb, don't you think, Clark? Assuming we make it through the gate. There's gotta be at least 50 armed troops down there, judging by the barracks.
Before we make any assumptions, give us the day to watch the base. Gather what facts we can.
Clark, we've been going non-stop. Look at us. We started with 40. We're down to 12. We lost Jack, for God's sake.
14. Luke and I makes 14.
I'm talking people who could actually do something.
I'm cleaning your gun handling.
Okay now. People are welcome to voice their concerns. Anybody else?
No offense, but how many more of us will be willing to lose? All to get one back? One? She's not one, she's Sarah. You know what I mean.
Names are important. Without them, people are a lot easier to forget.
Tell you what I'm not forgetting. That he's the one who led them right to us.
We don't know that.
He hears them in his head. You think that's not a two-way street?
It's not like that.
He saved our lives back in the fog. He's trash.
Just by telling it to you. What else has he been telling
Back
you?
off.
Why? You're the
I
truth.
said back off!
Everybody just take a breath.
You were keeping things from us.
That alien object thing? You? Of all people? Really? Okay, fine. Go. Leave. I don't need this. I'll do it myself.
You're wrong, you know. You do need them. I'm gonna need them down there. Stay.
Stop talking to them.
No.
In med school, I spent a week shadowing a doctor in the cancer ward. I watched people find out that death was living inside their bodies.
Where's this going?
Got somewhere to be?
I'd forgotten about that. Or just pushed it down, pushed it away like so much else. The doctor, he said something to me at the end of that week. He said, the ones who have the best chance of survival are the ones who are willing to fight for something more than themselves. Maybe it's their families, their loved ones, but something bigger than survival. And I forgot. Until I met you guys. Until I saw you fighting. Risking your lives. Giving your lives. for something more. I'm sorry you lost love looking for mine. Pain like that is... But if you want to stop, push it away, I understand. Believe me. That's what I would have done before I met you. All of you.
Hey guys, welcome. I'm very Hodge, giving up potential healing, serving the truth with you once more. Thank you for being here and thank you, as always, for allowing me to be a part of your journey. I do sincerely mean that. The way the world is and the volume of data and paths to go down and interests and variables out there to engage us, to explore and things like that. The volume is just exponential and there's so many things to look at. So we all try and cram so much in the time that we have of the day that we can employ ourselves and our awareness into such things like this. Even if you do explore an individual like me that offers perspectives such as I do, I'm probable that. So I am sincerely grateful for you being here and allowing me to be a part of your journey. I always try to raise my bar and offer the best condensed truth codex for you to help understand your reality, what's going on around you, and so we can all formulate a appreciation of what is actually going on versus what we're told or what we're offered. And the real thing and logic that I've gone into is the multidimensional aspects of what is going on, because I feel, as is when energy healing is done from an energy level, it percolates through to the physical. So I start the high up. Not that I'm worried about what people think or anything. I go where what my perceptions are relative to the data I acquire and accumulate over time. Or as I have been going into my own unknown of what I get without any reference out there. It's a new territory for me that I'm committing to that the level I am at the moment, because I feel like I'm stepping into that void of leadership. It's not like leadership for me is what I've said in the past. It's not about wanting people to follow you. It's about seeing a void and stepping into that gap and filling that vulnerability, so to speak. So it's been an interesting couple of weeks. I'm leaving this quite late in the day, close to the time of when I normally do it. So this may not be a long one, but I might get into a rhythm and just really let it rip and get into my flow. It's been a very, very interesting 2 weeks since I did the last Echoes 12, Battle for the Stargates and Humanity's Free Will. It was a very, very big, potent release for me. One of my greatest releases or creations so far in all the variables that I offered. It came after, like it's been for me, 2 weeks of very hard healing on myself.